From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He'll buy some time right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And this one is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
He'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. They go play action with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead grows to 10-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Leopard! Gone!
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
On second down, there's the option going left. The quick feet by Jet. He's got daylight. Past the 20. Touchdown, LA. Lamar Jackson, 53 yards. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is down to 4. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Adoree Jackson on the return. And some good coverage there. The kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They'll run it now out of the gun. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say he's trying to have a few men in the box there.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still enough.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Again, he'll drop the throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2. Got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Going deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking, Nick.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. There he goes inside the 30. 20. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for the Panthers. 41 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. Punching it in from a yard away. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
To throw is Jackson. To Barkley on the check down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Caught left side, it's Beckham. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots in the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
He finds Beckham complete, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This quarterback now 9 of 17 through the air. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Jackson from the shotgun steps away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts? And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. In for the score. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good chunk on the ground, and the keeper 17 yards, first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gone.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Now it's Jackson, buying time to his left. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Gone.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Calvin Ridley as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Touchdown, Carolina, as his guys are in for 6, and the Panthers add on to their lead.
Again, help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And it's a short kick taken right around the 19. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Now let's go. Boo, landed.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
All right, now look at 56.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And this offense now with a short field ahead. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Jackson on 1st down. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? It's caught left side by Cooks. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd down, Jackson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll go on the ground. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Rams have got it back.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
The Rams on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson on the move to his left. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now Jackson on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around the bunch.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken short. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like it.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2.
All right, here we go. Boom, land it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams getting set to go now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he will find Ridley on the left side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Jackson on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Lucky 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Lucky 56.
Again, Jackson forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Rams have got this back to a one-score game. Extra point try by Bailey. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Bailey now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a third down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Jackson now on 2nd and 10, being chased out left. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
A gain of 6 there on first. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
He got 29 yards that time. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides.
And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Carolina. And even 60 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you have pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll take this back all the way up past the...
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if